Welcome back. Okay. But today we have
that guy.
Lycanthropy.
Go that boy Skeletoni.
Hi.
He's too skinny. Mama not making enough meatball for the kid.
Cosmic Intentions.
How can he afford his shoes? Scramble! How is he ever gonna make it to the dance? Tony Rigatini. Young man, cheer up. Cheer up. Today we are discussing lycanthropy.
And that is the process of shapeshifting into a werewolf. Which is pretty cool. Before I continue, I want to pretense this by letting you guys know that werewolves are magical creatures and are a byproduct of magical essence within the cosmos, within this universe, this dimension, the third dimension. There's magic in other dimensions, other heavens, and the sixth dimension, which is where our ancestors reside, but that's a conversation for another day. We not on that right now. Stay focused, stay sharp, button up your shirt, fix your collar. Fuck is you doing? Not in my class. Lycanthropy is a completely different process from metamorphosis, which is something that I want to speak on a later date. It's also a form of transformation, but it's very, very different and has some pretty dope, a pretty mystical background to it. Cosmic Intentions. So most people will tell you that werewolves, lycans, and lycanthropy is all a folktale. But if you look into the definition of what a folktale is, it'll tell you that a folktale is simply a story that's passed down from generation to generation. If you hear the same rhetoric from two different sources, at that point you have to give it some form of credibility. There is some truth behind that story. If two people are telling you the same story, the same statement? Yes, there's something behind that, and you should take it with a grain of salt. So the fact that it's a folktale speaks to its validity at the end of the day. There are still active witch hunts taking place to this day. Now, before I get into this topic, I want to preface it. In places like Sahara Africa, New Guinea, Amazonia, and India, there's still Aboriginal witch hunts taking place to this day. The Zionist Jews understood from the history that they stole from us that werewolves were a byproduct of magical essence surging through one's blood. So that's why they were included in certain witch hunts and witch trials in the early days of paganry. A euphemism to describe them killing the shamans and the magical leaders and the healers and the herbalists and those of the metaphysical or that radiate force in these tribes and in these indigenous groups that live far, far away from. It's the truth. See, on Earth, humans, we speak on being related through blood, but being related through magical essence or miracle essence, which is something else I want to get into on a later date. Be careful when digesting the rhetoric of the Bible, because the more you watch this channel, the more you'll understand. If you're a Christian, I have nothing but respect for you as a person. I have nothing but love. And if you have genuine love in your heart, I'll always do nothing but my best to protect and to educate. Now, sin is definitely of the devil. That we can all agree with. Shout out to my Christians. We just did a metaphorical bro hug. But the history of magic, its original uses, and the metaphysical in general are not things to be feared, are not things to be apprehensive to learn about, are not things to shy away from. Our ancient history, our ancient knowledge. The more we fear from it and the less genuine belief we have in it, the more power they have over us, because they know the truth. And we all know that the truth is powerful. Truth is power. Knowledge is power. How many times, how many variations of that quote, that statement have you heard over the years from different rhetoricians? They're not stupid. They took all of our scrolls, all of our books, all of our knowledge, all of our ancient teachings, and not only did they burn it, but they're not dumb. The enemy is not a fool. That's why we haven't won yet. We can have all the, parasocial unity in the world. I like that little combination. We can have all the parasocial unity in the world, speaking for those of color, specifically African Americans. But at the end of the day, if we don't have our ancient knowledge, a lot of us, most of us, many of us, and a great deal of us won't be able to tap into the ancient mystical knowledge that we all innately possess. So that is something that I want to speak more of and be more open within this community and my family, anyone who subscribes, opening their abilities, their chakras, their minds, their hearts, the areas in which they're wounded in their energy signatures, many other things, many other things. But for now, that is